What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Whiskey Talk with three dudes. Don't adjust your screen. It just got Modaka in this motherfucker.
It did.
And we have a good buddy here.
We haven't seen him in a while.
I know, it's been a while.
Yeah.
And you guys can probably see it. Don't adjust your screens.
Yeah.
But he is dark.
Yeah. It's funny because we ran the randomizer, and funnily enough, it picked Jameson Black Barrel.
Right. It's hilarious.
Because we were talking about it earlier,
Yeah,
too.
we were.
Because Rocky said he actually enjoys it. This
Eddie.
motherfucker.
That was me.
Fucking amateur hour.
There it is.
Yeah, we were. So you guys are probably wondering why we call him Modaka. It's because he's Modaka than you.
Yeah. I mean, look at him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is our buddy there. So today we are having Jameson Black Barrel. From the get-go, I'll just let you guys know. I mean, I think I expected more. I think I went in there with high expectations, and when I drank it, I was like, whoa, don't like it. Maybe some other time. Maybe down the road, I might like it some other time. But
Probably with the
today, not so much.
old fashioned or something, maybe.
No,
No.
this would not stand up to that. I mean, to me, it's very to me it seems like it would be more interesting at a higher proof. I just had, I mean, I had, because I had some earlier and I wasn't crazy about it, but I guess I get it right now. Like after trying something else and kind of adjusting to
Yeah.
Right.
it, I could see the appeal. It is fairly easy to drink. There's not a whole lot.
It's not complex.
No, there's not a whole lot going on. Like to me, it's just like walnut, wood, and then alcohol after.
Yeah.
Like that's pretty much it to me. That's what I'm getting from it anyway.
So I definitely, when I first tasted it, I did get the maltiness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tasted the maltiness. Let's see. The whiskeyexchange.com says get nutmeg, honey, malt, oak, dried fruit. Let's see. It is
Not a long finish. Very.
No,
I mean,
it's very
it's
short.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Very
a very.
touch and
It's
go.
that's why I'm thinking. Like, I don't know if this would stand up well in a cocktail. There's not a whole lot going on here.
palate says very smooth. Yeah, it is.
It
very
is.
soft and smooth.
It is.
Yeah.
There is that.
It is. That's why I like it.
That's why you like it because it's smooth.
It's smooth.
Yeah.
I like a little
Yeah.
The
I could.
complexity.
a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw this meme. Remember the rent's too damn high guy?
Yeah.
So I saw on what's that, Reddit? It's on Reddit. And instead of the rent's too damn high, it's like the amount of people that say this whiskey's too smooth is
Yeah.
too damn high.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of a misconception, right? Like,
Yeah.
oh, it's smooth, so it must be expensive. Like, there's ways to achieve smoothness, really.
Yeah.
I mean, in this case, I think that just by proofing it down quite a lot. What is this bottled at?
I think 40.
80 proof. So, I mean, yeah, it's fairly low proof. I mean, as far as whiskeys go.
What's the price on that one?
I don't remember.
$2.
Yeah. $3.50.
$3.50.
It's not that expensive.
No, it's fairly cheap. I think it's less than $30.
And you got the liter. That's
Yeah, that's a liter of cola.
yeah. I'll
Coke.
get a liter of cola.
Usually when I buy it, it's like
It's a $7.50.
$29 or something.
Yeah, $29 for the $7.50. I think this one was
Buck
this
and a
one
quarter.
was on sale at Costco, and it was like if you buy 3 bottles, basically you get a better deal.
Oh, okay.
So like this was one of the selections, and the other one was regular Jameson, but it was in like a 1.75, and I was like, I don't want a 1.75 of Jameson.
That's quite a bit.
Yeah, that's quite a lot. So it was just
I'm hearing some like
a little bit of
static-y,
static.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
I
not
thought it was
just
just me.
No, I'm trying to ignore it, but it's probably one of the cables. We got to jiggle it around.
It's the left side too. Is it?
It's both,
Yeah, I
it's
don't
both sides. But
I don't know.
we also tried the infinity bottle.
Yes, it is quite delicious.
I must
It is.
say, we are master
Blenders.
blender boy gang.
Yeah. So let's see what's in here, because we haven't touched this in quite a long time.
No, it's been quite a while.
Let's see. The last thing we added on there was the last thing we added was the we added Pinhook Rye. We added Redbreast 12 cast string, and I want to say we added also Pikesville.
Yeah, we did at Pikesville. That we did add for sure.
Yeah, last week. Was it? No. Yeah, it was last week.
Yeah, I added 2 ounces of that, but I forgot to put it in my notes. So, wow. Let's see. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24,
So what do you guys do? Just
25, 26, 27, 28, 29.
Yeah, we put like
30,
6
31,
ounces.
32, 33.
Is it?
2 ounces.
Oh.
6 ounces is a lot, dude.
Yeah, it is a lot. I was like,
There's 33 different editions in here of like different notes. Not 33 different ones that we've done because some of them are repeats. But there is quite a few in here. When we started it with 2 ounces of Rittenhouse, 3¼ ounces of 1792 Foolproof, 2 ounces of Buffalo Trace, and 2 ounces of Hibiki Harmony. Other stuff we've added on there: Teeling, Single Malt, Single Grain, and Toki. We've added Green Spot, Smooth Ambler Contradiction, Las Vegas Distillery Weeded Whiskey, Delbach Distiller's Cut, Delbach Distiller's Cut again,
nah.
Larceny Contradiction, Nika Pure Malt, Henry McKenna Bottled and Bond, Jameson, Jim Beam Distiller's Cut, Green Spot, High West Prairie Bourbon, Smooth Ambler Old Scout, Nika from the Barrel, Coffee Malt Pinhook Rye, Red Breast 12 Cast Strength, a whole bunch of other ones. Like I'm just skipping around, but there's 33 different ones that we've added in there over the since we started it.
That's crazy.
In January of 2018.
Oh, you even put the date.
Yes.
damn,
Yeah.
So that's how we started off the year, huh?
Yep. So
That's crazy.
Last year.
damn, it's been up for a year already.
yeah.
Well over.
A little bit
Well,
of a year.
a year and more. I mean,
Yeah.
a year and 7 months or 6 months,
A year and 6 months, I think.
just about. No, 5 months, almost 6 months.
Well, it'll be 2
6.
years in August, no?
No,
No, July.
January 5th.
Well, we're in June.
Yeah, but how does that make it 2 years?
Oh, wait. No, I'm talking about the podcast itself.
Oh yeah. Okay.
No, yeah, that's what I was talking.
Oh okay. Yeah, never mind.
You might want to talk to the mic there.
Oh, sorry.
Don't be scared of it, dude.
Let me see here.
It won't bite.
Yeah.
It's big as black. I don't know.
Don't be scared,
No,
bro.
that's not the first time you've had big black things near your mouth.
Damn.
Oh, damn.
Since we're spilling beans here, I mean, that's,
I mean, throwing it out there. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff in here.
I guess felt all the earthquakes that's been happening so far. A lot
No.
of people have been talking about that.
I've just seen the post, but
I
that's
didn't
the only way I
I
know.
felt 1 today in the morning. That's it.
No.
I haven't even seen the post.
I saw some posts. You know how people are like earthquake. But
Yeah, I don't
didn't feel
know.
'em.
I've stayed off of Facebook for not fully, but more than usual.
How's your
Just-
blood pressure?
That's fine. It's always been fine.
All right.
I mean, it
so
does feel
just
nicer to
checking.
just not have to worry about some of the stuff going on. But
Yeah,
Right.
just the amount of stupid on there sometimes.
yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot.
quite a
It
bit.
is.
I mean, and the thing is like my feed doesn't look as bad as it could. Like there's some people that, for some reason, they've either blocked me or I don't follow, which is fine. I'm okay with it. But it is interesting. Like some of the discussions, like I sent you from yesterday when
Oh yeah. That one post and then all the comments.
yeah from so let me see if I can pull that up. Damn, my fingers are not working today.
The fingers you're using to dial are too fat.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was just a discussion of a picture that says, "Is the man wrong for this?" So 2 people are dating, and the woman mentions that she's saving sex for her husband, and the guy's cool with that. And then he mentions that they should always go Dutch for dates because he's saving money for his wife. The woman points out that this is not cool, that he not take her on dates just because she doesn't want to have sex. He mentions that that's not the case, but that's not the case at all, but clarifies that just like sex, finances should be reserved for marriage. And then you see all these comments of like, oh, that's petty. Oh, he should go date a dude. Like, oh, he's broke and all kinds of shit, right? And it was just a discussion of, maybe, I mean, it makes sense, right? Like it was kind of the expectation of like, oh, like, I mean, I get it. Like it's been ingrained that like the dude should pay or whatever, but it's like, well, should he?
It was 2019.
Yeah, I mean, you want equality, like have at it. Like one of the things that I had brought up in the discussion, and it was just, I mean, the answer was as stupid as I would expect. It was like, after the podcast, when I decide that, I'm like, we all decide, hey, let's go get ramen. Like everybody pays for their own meal. Like, how is that any different, right? Like if you want to distill it to no expectations of having to reciprocate anything, right? You're just going out as two people. What's the issue with, like, how is that any different?
I don't think it's a big issue. I mean, I think that's probably a better way to do it.
I think it is.
Start off as friends. Like build that relationship first. Like
right, and then one of the other points that I had brought up was like, I imagine how many of those women like that are saying like, oh, he's broke, or oh, he should pay for the date or whatever. How many of them would like protest and like call this not a date, or wouldn't consider it a date if like the dude took him out to a park, or they went to a walk on the beach? And it's like, you're spending time with somebody, and time is the most precious commodity. Like it's something that you can't make more of. Like you
don't get that time back.
Yeah.
And I think that that's more important than getting a fucking Applebee's 2 for $20.
Yeah.
And like that, and of course, some of the women on there got it. Like they understood. Like, yeah, they're like, yeah, I take my kids out to the park and we'll, pack sandwiches or whatever. I'm like, yeah. They'll probably remember that more than that random time you guys took them to Chili's,
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, you're spending time with them. You're like
and
that's
making
more...
a sandwich. I mean, you made it.
You're making it personal.
Exactly.
I mean, it should be more important that you have a good discussion.
Right, or just, I mean, yeah, like like the thing is like, oh, if you're like, and that's the thing that I never understood about the movie date. It's like if you're dating someone, like as a first, second, or third date, like that doesn't make sense to me. Like taking somebody to go watch a movie,
like you just can't talk to him. Like, how do you get to know a person?
Yeah, no, just sitting there watching a movie.
Yeah, and then you come in, you drop.
Well, I think it's important because you have to find out if they're the type of person that talks to the movie screen. Like, you have to find that out because that's pretty polarizing. Some people are cool with it, other people fucking strongly dislike it.
The movie thing should be when you're in a relationship.
Yeah, I mean,
not when you're dating. When you're dating,
go out and
and money shouldn't be the whole point.
Money and sex. I mean,
money.
Kudos
and
on the girl saying like, you're not. That's
again,
fine. That's perfectly fine.
Yeah, that's okay. So that's perfectly acceptable, right? We're in agreement of that. The other portion of it is kind of where other people took offense, like took issues. Like one of the ladies was like, "Oh, well, he's preparing for marriage," and it's like, well, I mean, or she's saving for marriage or whatever. He should be prepared for marriage because that's what marriage is like. I'm like, wait, hold on. So, like, what are you like? Should you be obligated to be prepared to take a pounding? Because that's part of marriage as well.
What kind of pounding are we talking about here?
Oh,
wow,
the good kind. Not the other kind.
Not the bad kind.
No,
Got it.
So it should always be good.
Yeah. I mean, like, are you obligated to? Because you should be preparing for marriage. Like, no. Like, obviously that's kind of like, why does that make sense? Why does it make sense for a guy to, like, what are you providing in that exchange? Oh, well, I'm providing my company. Okay, cool. So is he. Yeah.
I'm doing the same.
Like, and again, that's why it's like, man, like, I don't know. Maybe it's a perspective after, having dated or whatever, maybe. But then again, it's like, dude, these are older women that are like parodying this shit, right?
No.
And it's like, you want to retain tradition, but then you don't. And then the lady was like, oh, well, and I didn't comment back because I was like, whatever. Because she was like, oh, well, whatever, tradition and this and that. It's like, marriage isn't just about, money and sex. I was going to be like, well, yeah, I mean, there's laundry that needs to be done. There's meals that need to be cooked. Like, are you doing that? You know, are you also preparing for that? Like, is that your way of saying that you're preparing for marriage? You know, and that's the thing. It's like I get it. Like, you know, there's different roles. Like I was listening to a thing that they were talking about. Like, there was an interview with Taylor Swift, and somebody had asked like, if she was, because it was her birthday recently. I guess she turned 30, and somebody asked like, hey, you know, you plan on having kids, and she took offense to that.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And when it's like, oh, well, you know, you wouldn't ask a man that question. And I was
Yeah.
like, well,
yeah, you what?
well, no, you wouldn't.
No,
and here's
that's
why. Is because biologically, men can have kids a lot later in life than women can.
That's true.
That's true.
Once they hit the 30s plus, that's when you start having complications as far as like.
It's a higher risk pregnancy. Yeah. So, and that's like culturally, that's why we ask women that question, maybe, and maybe not men. You know, because there's dudes out there fucking I forget what this old fucking guy from like, I think he was from like, I don't know if he was from like the Rolling Stones or Aerosmith or whatever, still having kids. And the dude's like fucking damn near 70.
God damn.
If not older, still having kids.
Probably Mick Jagger.
Probably.
I think
I don't know.
Keith Richards. No,
I think it was Keith Richards.
Keith Richards.
Yeah.
The man,
Keith
dude.
Richards.
Whoever is Keith Richards' doctor, that's who I want my doctor to be.
Yeah.
That dude, I don't know how he's still alive.
Oh well,
He is
gets
The Walking Dead.
blood transfers.
Is that what it is? Blood transfusion?
Oh,
He
cleans his
gets
blood.
he cleans his blood. He gets blood transfusions from younger people.
I've heard of that. Yeah. I've heard
Really?
that's a thing.
Damn.
Yeah, that's
Crazy.
a thing. Yeah, that's a thing.
Holy crap.
Among
Among the elite and wealthy?
yeah. Well, there was like this big scare of like people getting HIV from like was it like I think they called it like a vampire facial or whatever, and it was like putting like blood on their face or some shit.
Oh, yeah. I think
That's a
Kim
thing.
Kardashian was promoting that or doing that for a bit.
What the fuck?
That's a thing.
That's a thing.
That's fucking crazy.
That's a thing.
Okay, that's not traditional.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, that's the thing. It's like, you know, you'll always find like, you know, weird fucking things that like people with way too much money will get sold like that. You know, it's like, fuck, what are you doing? What are you doing with their life? Like, I get it. Like,
Yeah.
Well, I guess I don't know.
just fucking age, dude. Like, just fucking accept it.
I'm not paying
it's
for
It's
that.
coming.
inevitable.
Yeah.
I don't care what girl it is. I'm not paying for that.
No shit.
Well, R. Kelly started. Oh, never mind. I don't want to go through that.
Well,
Well,
You know,
yeah.
I don't want to go.
federal charges, more federal charges, right?
So, do you have your passport? Did you get your shots?
Yeah, like what if she doesn't? What if she doesn't want him? You know, what if she has her passport but is anti-vax?
Yeah.
Well, you know, when you're from a third world country and you want to come back home with Rob to America,
Yeah.
you got to get your shots.
God, that was so fucking creepy.
Right?
Oh my god.
Right?
Yeah, it's like, how did they not just arrest that dude on the spot after like singing that? Like, just
That's the confession right there. That's what they used as a confession tape.
they should. That
Have
should
you
be
seen that video?
evidence.
Yeah.
He's singing at, where was he at? In,
This is enough.
Hey,
hey, what's up?
What up?
I
So it's a family reunion. We haven't
Yeah.
seen this dude in forever. What's up, brother? How was Mexico?
What's going on? Ready to get back to work anytime
Damn,
soon?
you-
Fucking lazy bum.
You smell good, dude.
Damn, te bañaste y
What-
todo.
It's because Rocky's here.
Se la lavó.
oh it's,
It's because Modaka is here.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
shit. Yeah, he fucking stinks when he comes and sees us. He
Yeah,
fucking
I
knows
know.
you're here. and
Oh,
all of a
Just
sudden,
hair or anything.
Hey, you get all dressed
puts,
up for you, dude.
puts fucking cologne on and everything.
damn.
I think he even shaved his head a little more. There.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, both of them.
Look at that. Look.
He picked it today.
He put his head in the Shino ball.
Hey, is that why he texted you?
Yeah.
Is Modakas was going to be there?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
dude.
wanted to go big himself.
He's like, let me know. I need to get ready. I need to get done up.
Yeah.
Oh.
Special occasion.
I need to do my hair.
I need to get all dolled up.
Fuck. Yeah, there's a bunch of beers in there.
Yeah.
Dude.
Oh, you brought some more beer?
Oh,
Oh, the Deftones.
Yeah.
It's good,
Nice.
huh?
Yeah.
I haven't tried that.
It's delicious. The other one, the Swerve City, that was
Yeah.
good too.
I have. There's a bunch of stouts in there that I bought. So if you want to crack one of those open, you can.
Yep.
Yeah, there's some in there. Some of the, I mean, I haven't tried any of the ones in there. So
So speaking of Mexico, did you hear Trump put a tariff on? I don't know if he is or he
No,
did
it's-
or he.
yeah, it's
he-
happening.
It's happening, right?
Yeah, it's happening.
So it's a 5% tariff every month It caps at 25% for everything that's imported or exported.
Exported from Mexico.
Exported from Mexico to over here,
To-
so it's
yeah.
gonna be a tariff. Because they got to get the whole illegal immigration thing under control.
Yeah.
Lo and behold, I guess the president wants to talk to Trump and work something out.
I mean, he kind of has to, right? At this point,
Yeah.
it's interesting that they can somehow manage their border, their own southern border. If somebody wants to stay there, but if they're just passing through, they're like, "Oh, okay, whatever, keep going." You know, like that's
Yeah.
the ticket, right? If you're illegally immigrating into Mexico, you just be like, "Oh no, but I'm just passing through," and then there you go, just goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, man, it's crazy. I mean, I get it. It's not necessarily my favorite solution in the world, but it's a solution. It's doing.
Something's got to be done.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's about that time, right? I mean, the fact that like the political opposition will just completely ignore the actual problem, and mind you, these are people that were for, or at least said they were for immigration reform just a few years ago, but now, I mean, we see a lot more immigration happening. And it's an issue, and it's like they're cutting off their nose to spite their face, you know,
Yeah.
just to say like, oh, you know, oh, we're part of the resistance or whatever. They're resisting, and it's wrong. Like,
It's stupid. They say it's on a moral level. Like it's not. It's morally wrong. What's morally wrong is that there's children dying in the desert trying to get over here.
yeah,
So why not build a wall to discourage them from coming over here, risking their lives, and then some immigration reform to where it's not so hard to come over here, not so expensive.
well, and not necessarily that, but at least, I mean, I think ideally, like, yes, I understand. There's definitely like something that needs to be improved with the current process that we have in place, right? I think there needs to be an easier pathway for people that are already here to become citizens, not necessarily like a fucking amnesty, like a free for all. Just okay, you're all citizens. Like there should be a process still.
I say we have like a MXC type games, or
Yeah,
like American Gladiator type games. It's like, look, you got to go through this course.
Yeah, I was gonna say like
don't make it.
Ninja
Yeah.
Warrior, but I like American Gladiators. Like I miss it.
I miss it
the
too,
big
dude.
the big Q-tips. Like we need that.
Heck yeah, Ross Perot's Q-tips.
Yeah, those that's a relevant reference because that's around the same time when he was around.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That's
so
exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
I used to like the cannonball ones with the little
Oh, the tennis balls.
dude, that was the
I'm sure that
shit.
shit hurt, dude.
That one was the
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
They were just fucking. It was like a big fucking like a gun with like a big fucking like tennis balls all
Yeah.
around,
Right.
and they would run out of ammo sometimes.
Hey, weren't they gonna bring that show back?
They were supposed to.
They
I
were
think.
supposed to.
That was
They
a
need to.
rumor.
That show was the shit. Like of all stuff that's gotten fucking redone, that
Yeah.
wasn't worth a shit. That's fucking one that should still be good.
They should have for the next presidency, they should have like roast battles.
Oh
for
man,
sure, for sure, Donald would win.
yeah. And it's funny. I was listening to a thing on the way in, and I didn't get to finish it. But she was saying like she was talking about how like Trump takes a different approach in terms of because the thing is like right now, it's like maybe the people that were open to discussion or whatever. Maybe they've kind of shifted away, and I think that's the problem with what's going to happen with the Democratic Party in 2020 is that they're all trying to outdo each other, and meanwhile they're leaving a lot of their people that were maybe center left.
Yeah.
They're leaving them behind.
Well,
it's
they're creating a lot more right wing people, right?
right because they shift the goalpost, right? Like now, if you like maybe you're like okay, like I agree with what you're saying socially. But maybe we do need to do something about immigration. Oh no, you're a racist.
You're a fascist.
Yeah,
How dare
you're
you?
a Nazi. You know, because you don't agree. And it's like, okay, hold on. Like, you know, there's somebody, and meanwhile, you know, there's other people that are more willing to have the conversation. So it's kind of like they're forcing your hand, right? Like I had sent you guys a video on Andrew Yang.
Yeah.
And how he was talking, and somebody it was the channel you had originally sent it because it was like a
Body language.
body language analyst, and I started just scrolling through some of the videos because I found her interesting.
Yeah.
and I found the one on Andrew Yang, and it is a very stark contrast between the way he talks to people versus somebody like Bernie Sanders.
Right.
Where Bernie Sanders is always just kind of lecturing and like trying to tell you like, oh, you know, where this guy's kind of like more
billionaires.
Yeah, like this guy's kind of more approachable. Like I don't agree with his policies, but the approach I think is a lot better. And I think that if more people paid attention to it, like, they would definitely like. Of course, right now on the initial polling, you have people, oh, you know, yeah, they're all about fucking creepy Uncle Joe because they know the name, right?
It's a household name or whatever. It's vice president.
But I think as the campaigns really start to spin up, like more of those, you're gonna see more of those videos of him fucking not being able to keep his hands off little girls and fucking just being a fucking creep. Like, and that's not. I'm not saying that. And here's the thing: is like, it's funny that like people will accuse. They'll say, "Oh, well, you know, oh, because you know, like, why is this coming up?"
Yeah,
like, it's nothing new. These videos have been around forever.
Oh, it's been happening for a while.
Like he's been doing it for a long time. It's just that nobody fucking has called him out until recently, and it just gained traction.
It's just calling out the whole hashtag Me Too thing.
Yeah, right. And that's the thing. It's like, oh, you know, somebody posted a video of like him like before a speech, and he gives a woman a hug and like kind of puts his arms like on her side, and then she kind of pushes him down. That's his wife.
Yeah.
Like,
you're being too creepy, Joe.
Yeah, like that's his wife, and like she kind of like pushed his hands down, and I'm like, dude, like, I mean, he can't he can't help himself.
Yeah, that just tell you what happens behind the curtain or what the hell. What's
right,
on,
like when
when
the cameras aren't there, like what is happening, right? Like it's gonna be interesting to see if people like, you know, that we're all about the Me Too movement and you know all that shit, like will get behind him. I don't think they will. And well, no, they might.
No, they have. Like Alyssa Milano, she was a big hashtag Me Too, you know, proponent or whatever, and she was defending Joe.
That's crazy.
So that's I forgot who made a video of it. It might have been what's his name? Who do I like watching?
Temple.
I think he made a video about that. How now the Me Too people are defending, you know, Joe
and
Biden.
It's indefensible. Like if that's what you're about, like for you to defend it is hypocritical.
Yeah,
1,000%.
Because it goes against your cause.
Right.
Yeah.
How are you going to support this guy that is creepy? And then oh, it's okay. It's okay because it's Joe.
Right.
And
that's the way he is.
Sweet old man.
And here's the thing: is like, okay, but like, I mean, I guess so was Harvey Weinstein, right? To a lot of people, to a lot of the left, until he started getting called out on his shit. You know, this is stuff. And here's the thing: is this is even with all this shit going on, it's still happening. The problem is that it's still happening. It's just that some of these people need to launch their careers. They need to like. You know, I'm not saying all of them. I'm not saying that all of them were voluntarily, you know, or consensual, and then they changed their mind. But I think some of them did. You know, some of them knew that that's a trade that they had to make. Yeah. And in order to get ahead,
it's like, I'll take a shot in the mouth.
Yeah. I didn't like it at first, but I'll take it again.
I'll take it again.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. I think that, I mean, it's still going on, and
a lot of these people in Hollywood are like, so, I mean, they were screaming for, you know, Kavanaugh's head on a fucking silver platter, like.
Yeah, of course.
Oh yeah.
It's like, get the fuck out of here, come on.
Yeah. Well, and speaking of heads on, you know, demanding justice for things that didn't happen.
With the whole Mueller.
Yeah.
Did you hear that, Rocky? Did you watch? Have you kept up with that whole thing? The whole Mueller report.
The Mueller report. Yeah, I kept up a little bit about it, and I don't know.
So it's funny. My buddy Jason posted this thing that he had heard. He said, it was basically like a rancher summary of the recent press conference. Summary? Yeah, it was a rancher summary. So the rancher summary went, while we recognize that the subject did not steal any horses, he is obviously guilty of trying to resist being hanged for it. I was like, wow, that's kind of a
spot
perfect,
on.
Yeah, that's kind of a perfect fucking explanation of it, right? And then now, of course, it's like, well, Congress, you take it over. Like, oh, we don't, the way that it was kind of like that whole speech was just, I mean, it was just like, oh, we didn't find him not guilty of a crime. And it's like, well, if there's evidence there, like, turn it over.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, I mean,
well, what is he guilty of? You guys have the full report. What's he guilty of?
nothing.
Nothing.
Like, you can't. There's
So
no.
if there's no crime, there's no.
Exactly.
Yeah. So and I guess the way that they try to like, he came out and basically try to like condemn the way that it was presented, saying that there was no evidence. And, oh no, there was evidence and this and that. It's like, okay, so I mean,
Well, the whole body language video on him was pretty interesting too.
yeah,
Just everything. He did seem pretty stressed. He did seem pretty nervous. Looked like he was afraid of being suicided
Yeah.
if this didn't go right. But yeah, I mean, like he could have done what they did with like Hillary. Like they said, yeah, like she did it, but we're not gonna press charges. But no, they didn't. They didn't. They could have said,
and they could have with her.
yeah, they
right?
could have with her for sure. But they just said, you know what? Yeah, she did it. It was it was malicious intent, whatever you want to call it. But we're not gonna press charges. But with Trump, they're like, well, we're not gonna say we found anything, but
But we're not gonna say we did it.
Yeah, so it's like, what the heck does that even mean?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like we know they have nothing, dude.
Yeah.
It's a big nothing burger.
Yeah. Well, and I think the interesting thing is going to be the spying on the campaign. That's going to be, I think there's definite proof of that. Like that should be easier to prove if it actually did happen. Abusing power to
The Hammer, right? That was the name of the whatever spy program they were doing.
yeah, but it's I mean, will anything ever come of that? I don't know.
Probably
I don't
not.
think it will. I don't think it will.
Spying it.
Yeah. So it's interesting.
Spygate, that's what
Spygate. Yeah. it became like it's I mean, we paid a whole lot of money and got nothing out of it.
That's crazy.
It's pretty interesting.
How much? 3.5 billion or
I don't
million?
I don't remember exactly how much. I want to say it was over 30 million.
So on that body language video of Mueller, Nadler video, I put the prospect of being suicide is strong with this one. And then someone replied to my comment. They were like, "Why would Hillary Clinton off her Hillary off her champion?" And then they responded to that dude. They're like, "Ask Vince Foster."
Damn.
Yeah.
tie up the loose ends.
Exactly. And that's the thing is like there's dirt there. And that's why, I mean, think about it. Like and that's why the body language video like was interesting to me on that press conference, right? Like the dude is very, very obviously like super stressed. Why?
Big time. You can hear in his breathing.
Why?
Yeah.
Because he couldn't produce the results that somebody wanted him to produce.
Mm-hmm.
And then what's going to come of that? There's going to be an investigation into the motivation of the investigation.
Yep.
And I think that's going to uncover some more
They're just fucked.
far more interesting facts.
They're just fucked. Wow. They know it.
Yeah.
They know it.
Yeah. I mean, it'll be interesting.
Hey, Rocky, do you know why Trump doesn't wear glasses?
No. Why?
Because he's got 20/20.
Fuck. I mean, with the thing is like, and it's funny because the body language video on the Andrew Yang thing, she had actually said like, oh, maybe there'll be another Bernie Sanders thing happening with Andrew Yang, and I think it's true.
Yeah.
I think that the DNC has already thrown their support behind Biden because they're like, oh, this is our guy. He has the name recognition. He does have name recognition, but that's about all he has.
That's about it.
There's a lot of videos of Biden previously, and of course it's easy to dismiss, right? He'll be like, oh, well, my opinion has changed over the years and it's that, but there's plenty of videos of him making anti-black statements of when it comes to like crime and stuff like that. I mean, they did it with Hillary, right? When she was talking about young black men and calling them super predators. Like they downplayed that, like, oh, that was a long time ago.
Yeah, of course that was a long time ago.
You guys think he would have won if he would have ran right after Obama left?
I no.
No.
I think if Bernie wouldn't have gotten fucked, I think he would have won.
I think
it was time for a change.
we got to change either way. We
Yeah.
did get a change either way. I mean, it was just, I think we were just tired of the same establishment people. Like with Hillary, if she would have won, it would have been business as usual.
Yeah, and I mean, think about it. Look at how far left everything has gone. As far as the rhetoric goes. Now imagine, if they would have actually, had some power. Right now the biggest fear is, all they're doing is keeping their fingers crossed, hoping for, another day of Ruth Bader Ginsburg being alive.
Is she alive?
I don't know.
I haven't seen her in a while.
I think she's dead. She's at the taxidermist right now.
They're just propping her up on the chair.
Yeah, the weekend at RBG's.
If you don't know the reference, Weekend at Bernie's.
Yeah,
great movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just fucking. They keep spraying Febreze on her, hoping nobody notices that she's fucking dead. But I mean, dude, like, and that's the thing is she says that she's not. I mean, at first, she thought she was like. I mean, I think she had alluded to maybe retiring, but then like there was an interview and basically saying like, if Hillary won, I would have retired, but since she didn't, like now I'm pretty much like gonna stay here till I die.
It's forced retirement, right?
Well, I mean, yeah.
Don't they say like she's kind of a hothead, right?
Oh yeah.
And then, which I found funny because going back to Kavanaugh, they were saying like, oh well, his temperament's not one for a Supreme Court judge. Like, wait, what about Ruth, whatever, RGB, right? RBG?
Oh, wow, well, that's the thing. They'll justify it with she's just fiery. Oh, Joe's just friendly. Like, it's one of those things. It's like
what?
There's a double. I mean, look, the guy's getting upset that you're accusing him of something that would potentially ruin his life. Like, exactly. I think that's pretty justifiable. Upset? That's pretty justifiable to get upset about that. Mm-hmm. If in fact,
I remember
you didn't.
I forgot to talk about that, but they were like, yeah, like, look, his temperament's like bad. Like, you don't want a Supreme Justice. Like, no, okay. What about what's her face? Like,
and the fact is if you really look at it, it hasn't really panned out the way that like, because I was listening to a thing and they were talking about like some of the decisions that he's actually like made recently, some of the rulings, and it hasn't panned out as him being the ultra conservative guy. Like he's been, fairly centrist, if not, I mean, it hasn't panned out the way that everybody feared.
Right. The whole fear mongering, like, oh, if he gets elected,
like the first thing he's gonna ban abortions. It's like, God, like really, that's your fucking, that's your fear. Is abortions. Oh, we won't be able to kill babies. Fuck. That's your fucking fear.
If I don't have the right to end a life, why should you?
Because parasites don't have rights. Remember?
Dude, when I hear that comparison, like I'm like, damn, how cold are you?
Like that's what you're like. So like old people that are in hospice care, like. Just fucking kill them all? Yeah. Like, is that how that works?
Yeah, pretty much.
It's Hitler's dream, dude.
Well,
right?
Alaskans used to put them on a slab of ice and set them on their way.
Yeah.
Maybe we should just do that.
Well, at least in ice, you're cold enough to where you don't feel anything and you just fall asleep.
Well, you could be like that guy. You can, if you're like fucking, they put you out in the ice, just set yourself on fire and you'll be warm for the rest of your life.
There you go.
Literally.
Dude, that's just...
Literally.
So, I found out that dude, I guess he was on Spice, synthetic marijuana, and PCP.
Oh, good times.
Yeah,
wow.
so
that's why he was just walking around like nothing was going on.
Nothing, like, oh, it's just another day. I'm on fire. This is fine.
Yeah,
this is normal.
You go to sleep, everything's fine, everything's good, and you wake up and you're on fire.
Burn.
It's putting sunscreen, so I figured, sun's hot. I'm hotter, so I don't get sunburn.
Yeah, no, it didn't work out that way.
No, it did not.
Yeah.
He passed away.
Yeah, not right away, not like during, but like after at the hospital. dude. But look, he lived long enough to be in the hospital, and then the next day it was announced that he died.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. Talk about a shitty existence.
How long? Well, if he was
How
on
long was he
PCP,
on fire? That's what I want.
how long was he on fire for?
Quite a while,
Yeah,
dude.
dude. Like
He was
he's
like when
engulfed.
the video started, he was engulfed, and then they took him a while to put him out
Secret Service got there with the
with the fire extinguisher. And they were blasting him for a while.
I wouldn't watch the video, but I mean,
It's creepy, dude.
You haven't watched it?
no,
It-
I won't. I won't.
It's
I won't.
creepy because it looks like. Have you ever seen the fucking album cover for what is it? Is
Pink
it that?
Floyd?
Yeah,
It's from
Is it-
Wish You Were Here album. Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it?
Oh, the raging.
Oh, no,
Machine,
you're
that
talking about
that's
the
another
monk
one.
that's
yeah,
on fire.
That's different because he was just sitting there.
Yeah, but we're talking about Pink Floyd.
Yeah, because the guy was standing like he was just walking around like nothing was going on, and he was on fire. It was creepy as fuck. It looked like a stuntman.
It did.
Damn.
Yeah, that's
Dude.
basically what it looked like.
Because you figure, I mean, you see people on fire, they're running, like, you're like, I'm on fire.
No,
Yeah,
the dude
yeah.
was just walking around.
Like, whatever. Like,
I
just another day.
I
on fire.
saw a small clip, and it did look like a stunt man. It looked like he had a suit on.
Yeah, but no, he didn't. No, he didn't.
Fuck.
Yeah, he was on fire.
Yeah, it's a Wish You Were Here vinyl. The Wish You Were Here album.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the
Basically, that's what it reminded me of, like just a dude standing there on fire. Like, oh, okay, what's going on? That's pretty crazy. I don't know. Like, I didn't look into it as far as like, I mean, if there was any like motivation for a political statement or anything like that, which I'm
Nobody
sure
knows.
people definitely attributed to that. You know, oh, that's how bad it is living in Trump's America. You got to set yourself on fire. Like, okay, that's how bad it is fucking going to fucking get medical treatment at the VA. People have done that. They've set themselves on fire in the fucking VA parking lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That hasn't got any fucking news coverage.
No.
Damn.
But, that's, if you want to fix a problem, like, that's the thing to me that, like, when people talk about, like, oh, government run healthcare, everybody free healthcare, look at the VA. That's what it's going to become. Like
Long waits.
months and months of people literally fucking just waiting.
Yeah, that's so true.
People not getting the fucking medical help they need. Like,
Yeah.
buddy of mine, his dad needed a heart specialist, and I mean, they jerked him around for months.
Yeah.
And then finally he had an appointment, and then he showed up, and they were like, no, like, that doctor doesn't even work here. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Weird.
That's
So
the VA for you.
the doctor says I need a backiotomy. I'm still waiting on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't got a backiotomy yet.
Damn.
No. I think they do them in TJ for like $30.
Probably.
Yeah.
I think that's probably best. Like if you just like certain clinics where you just go just pay cash. I mean,
Yeah, but
whoa.
Yeah.
Alright. I was talking to a coworker of mine. And he was talking about how I think his girl works at a clinic or something, and he says sometimes there's like busload of Asians that show up,
Yeah.
like they're pregnant and stuff, so they have the
Oh,
babies
yeah.
here and stuff. So anchor babies, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, they just go there, and I guess doctors prefer that you just pay cash instead of through insurance because they make more money that way.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a lot less work for like paperwork and stuff like that, and negotiating with the insurance company. And that's the thing. It's like, that's why they charge the insurance company, like, say you go and you have a procedure that's $500, and the doctors know, well, if I put it down and it's $500, the insurance company is going to want to pay $300, right? So I'll just put down that it was $1,300, and then maybe they'll pay me $450.
Yeah.
Like, it's just it's ridiculous. Like, it's a whole game. It's like fucking trying to sell anything online. You can't just post the fucking price. You gotta bump it up. You gotta pad it. You gotta know that you're gonna get fucking lowballed. Like,
Oh, for sure.
that's what I do. If I want to sell something online that for $100, like, oh, okay,
Yeah, 'cause
150 or best offer.
Because even if you
Somebody says 125, okay, cool, I'll take it. I would have taken 100, but 125, sure, I'll do it.
25 is good. Yeah, because if you put something for like, let's say $1 or $2, they'll still try to low. I'll give you 25 cents
Yeah,
oh yeah.
yeah,
and shipment paid.
yeah. Oh, I'll give you 25 cents, and you gotta come drop it off. Like, no.
That's not how this works, man.
Yeah, dude. I've seen posts of people trying to give away shit for free, and then they're like, "Free, come pick it up, whatever." Oh, can you bring it to me?
Can you deliver?
No.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's like, no. Like I saw it was funny. I think it was like a TV, and somebody was giving it away for free, and they were like, "Oh, can you come drop it off?" And the dude sent the pictures of like him running the TV over with his truck. That's a good response.
Damn.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. God. I mean, I think after you get a few responses like that, that's the only sensible fucking option.
Pretty much.
You know, it's like if something fucking
Fuck you. Or
Yeah.
boom.
Yeah.
I guess there was another shooting in Virginia just recently.
Oh yeah, it
About
was
an hour
earlier today.
ago or something. Or
Really?
not an hour
Another
ago.
one?
No.
There was one earlier.
Well, there's an
in-
article
I think.
an hour ago, but
At a bar or?
it says Virginia Beach
No, it was at a
Municipal Center.
municipal center.
13 dead.
Oh,
Fuck. And including the shooter, right?
fuck.
Yeah, the cops killed the shooter. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, at least they saved us money on, a trial and having to keep them in jail for the rest of their fucking life.
Disgruntled employee. So 4 others to the let's see, it was a disgruntled employee. A Virginia government source briefed on the investigation.
I cannot get on that mindset
Public utilities worker.
Oh,
You
to
know,
go
where-
over and
where you're that pissed off where you're just gonna go shoot random people. Listen, you get that pissed off, go beat your boss's ass. That's it.
Throw some hands.
Okay.
Well,
There's no need for you to go shoot somebody.
No, just that's the problem. Is it's the anti-bullying mentality. Like if it was just like, all right, let's throw some hands, and then that was it, and then you took your beating and you walked away, or
yeah.
you got knocked the fuck out.
They should have that at work where you have 15 minutes.
Yeah,
Dude, I would
Free
be-
ball. Whatever you want to do.
HR is gonna be gone for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Go. Wait a minute. I am HR.
Oh, you are HR now.
Well, guess what? You get a 15-minute break.
But I want to watch.
You'll see the video after, maybe.
Maybe.
You're not allowed.
Check on Wallstar.
Fuck.
No, because then I
It
gotta
would
do a
just be crazy.
report.
No. Whatever happens in that 15 minutes doesn't go on a report.
That's right.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
So what's it like being HR? Or you just started, right?
It sucks.
Yeah.
No, the way I look at it is being in management. It's like, especially there where I work, it's like having 200 children.
Damn.
Yeah.
It's hard enough with 3 boys. I got 200 children at work.
Sounds about right.
And then some of them have children, and they got to deal with that.
Yeah.
That's
I can
how
see it.
bad it is.
I can see it.
The different personalities you have to deal with.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you're,
And there's some personalities that, because you're HR, they feel like, oh, they can walk all over you.
oh.
I'm like,
Yeah.
let me clock out for a second.
Yeah.
Clock out.
Let me just clock out for just 1 second.
15-minute break.
this
bitch. No, I'm
Yeah.
just playing.
This is why they call me Rocky.
I'm like, I'm the wrong person to yell at and snap at.
Yeah.
I'm Modaka. Dude. Oh, sorry. I just played.
Are we good now? We good?
Yeah.
You learn your lesson.
Yeah. I mean,
Thank you for coming to HR. Come back.
Yeah.
it's crazy, man. It's crazy how fucking I don't understand that. Like our HR lady's cool. Like she's nice and everything, but I mean,
They have a tough job.
No, my HR manager, she's cool. To me, a lot of people don't know how to react to her attitude sometimes. But now that I'm in HR, I completely understand.
yeah.
I completely understand. And what's screwing me right now is because I'm the recruiting specialist. Is this hiring of these entitled?
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that story you were telling me.
Yeah, I was telling you earlier.
Yeah.
That one guy.
I mean, it's yeah.
Oh, that story's pretty funny.
Okay. I won't say any names. Okay.
No, please
But
don't.
we're just gonna say this young gentleman thought I caught him on his phone and he was leaning on one of the saws and I walked up to him and hey, get to work. He's like, I am working. I said, put your phone away and get to work. Then he puts up his finger. again, wrong person to do that to. I walk up and put his phone down. I said, "Get to work." I am working. I'm here.
Fuck.
Oh,
Oh no, he didn't.
I said, "No, we pay you to do something."
yeah.
He
Not
goes,
just to
you know
be here.
what? As a matter of fact, I've been here 2.5 months.
Wow.
I think I have the right, or I should already be a supervisor.
2 months.
2 months.
Damn.
Damn.
In 6 months, he'll be CEO.
Fuck, I know.
Yeah.
Right?
2 months. You know, first off, I'm insulted. It's taken me a long time to get to where I'm at.
You were there. What? You were there for 3 months?
Okay, a year. So what?
He's on a slow program.
Yeah.
But I told him, I said, okay. He goes, who do I talk to become a supervisor? I said, oh.
Who do you think?
I said, you're going to walk down that corridor down there. You're going to go up the stairs. You're going to walk into the production office. When you walk into the production office, the plant manager is the first office on your right-hand side. Tell him Rocky sent you. Okay? And make sure you let him know Rocky sent you.
Yeah.
So the kid did.
Wow.
He walked up there and told the plant manager. He goes, well, Rocky sent me up here. He goes, oh, yeah? For what? Well, I was telling him that I think I should be a supervisor now. I have a real good rapport with the plant manager. We're good friends. He sends me text messages. For reals, asshole? I said, yeah.
This is happening.
This is all for you.
That's
man.
crazy.
So is he still there?
No. No, sir.
That's
No.
crazy though. I can't believe. I don't know.
No,
I believe it.
and
I guess.
and that's this generation. They're all like that.
Mm-hmm.
They're all like that. Well, I've been here 6 months. You know, forget the fact that I leave early once a week. Forget the fact that I miss one day out of each week since I started. Forget the fact that, you know, regardless, you guys need me to come in on a Saturday to do my job.
Right.
I miss Saturdays, but I need a raise, and I need a. It's not a. Back in the day, it used to be like 50 cents. Oh, I'm okay with that, right?
Yeah.
Now it's no. I need $5.
Fuck.
Man, we could all use $5.
Yeah.
$5 footlongs.
Yeah.
Oh man, come on now.
That's crazy.
I believe it though.
What's the turnover like?
I think my turnover rate is 30% retention right now.
Fuck.
Wow.
So that's a 7% turnover.
Yeah.
God damn.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, I think again, it's one of those things, right? It's like we've talked about it before, where it's like, at least for us, we had some programs that in high school that, you know, we could actually like work and produce something, right? We could work with our hands. Like when I ran a printing press and I was in auto body.
That was fun.
Yeah, that
Like,
was fun.
We were all fucking in the printing program. We all fucking, I mean, we enjoyed it. In auto body, I mean, I was there for, you know, 2 or 3 periods straight sometimes.
It just
And it was a good way to learn. I mean, and I'm not saying like, oh, I learned work ethic from that, because I didn't. I kind of already had it, but it was different than just going to a class and sitting there and, you know, going over, you know, paragraphs. I think that I don't know if it's necessarily like a liability thing, or why those programs went away. Like, I don't understand why. Maybe it's because everybody was like, oh, well, just, you know, oh, you need to get into college, and once you get into college, you'll, you know, that'll be your magic ticket to making 6 figures.
It's either that
to
or
being a manager somewhere.
Nah, guys, I really disagree with that. I think it's I think it's the parents nowadays.
Well, yeah, of
I
course.
think it's the parents nowadays.
Well, that's where it
because-
starts. That's where the whole college idea starts.
Because, like, for example, I have 3 boys. All 3 have good work ethic. All 3. And they all know nothing comes for free. You got to work for it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, for example, my middle son, Jimmy, you guys all know Jimmy. He has 3 jobs. Going to college. You know, he doesn't expect anything to be handed to him.
Yeah.
Why are all the other kids like, no, I should be in this college. He worked to be in this college.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
And he's working to pay for whatever
Yeah.
needs to be paid for.
Well, and that's the thing too. It's like, and you know, it's the whole thing with Mike Rowe and how he'll go over and say like, you know, there's all these jobs. Like I always default to like plumbers and stuff, right? Because plumbers, like if you've ever had to call a plumber, you know that they make good money.
Oh yeah.
You know, but no, but like,
It ain't cheap.
They're the shit.
yeah. And
No,
I get
sorry.
it. I get it. Like it's not glamorous. It's not working at an office. It's not posting on Instagram. It's not, you know, it's actually doing something
Yeah.
with your hands that takes a skill.
But they have a shitty job.
It can
That's
be
why they
shitty.
get paid well.
Okay.
It can be
Electricians.
That's another one right there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I can't find an electrician to save my life.
shitty. No.
No, they're hard to find.
Yeah.
Especially a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And here's the thing is it's one of those things like it'll like and you say electrician and you think it's one thing. You think, oh, it's a dude running, you know, but no, there's fucking
it's more
there's
than that.
it's a huge field. Like you can fucking find, you know, electricians that do work everywhere, you know, in any all kinds of different environments, right? But again, it's one of those trades that where like you start off, doesn't pay well at first. You're an apprentice or something, like there's a path, right?
Right.
And you have to work your way from down here to fucking here up to here, right? But it's just that whole step in between that everybody kind of like wants to skip, you know.
But you can't skip because then you miss something along the way.
You miss a lot. You
Yeah,
miss all the
yeah.
learning. You miss all the experience.
Exactly. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You got to mess up to learn in that job too.
Well, and
You
that's
gotta
not
be-
a good.
but
that's
you
not a
don't
good-
you don't want to mess up too much on
Nah,
that
not
one.
too much.
That's not
Fuck
that's not
that.
one where you want to mess up too
I
much,
know,
right?
fuck
No,
that.
because you mess up, you cause a short,
You
It's
catch-
fine,
cause
dude.
fires,
Cause fire.
It's
Yeah.
okay, dude.
You're dead.
liability.
You're creating jobs because then you got to have more firefighters.
Somebody's got to fucking come
Some-
put you out.
you know, put you out. You know,
Yeah.
creates more jobs for the
Fuck
morgue
no,
and the
no.
cemeteries. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
creating jobs, man.
Be a job.
Man.
Mess up more,
My hat's off to people that do electricity.
Dude, there's
it ain't
two
a walk
things-
in the park.
There's
Fuck
there's
no.
two things I don't like to fuck with at home,
Yeah.
and I will stay away from: indoor plumbing and electricity.
Yeah.
The dangers of fucking those things. And here's the thing: I'm the biggest proponent for like, hey, I don't know how to do something. Let me look up a YouTube video and like kind of like
Yeah.
try to learn how to do
Yeah.
it. Right,
Right.
dude. Our parents didn't have that, and I would say they went pretty far. They came to a country they had nothing.
Yeah.
You know, they established themselves, they raised a family or whatever, and they didn't have
Yeah.
YouTube. Now we have YouTube. We can learn whatever the fuck we want.
Just the time.
And
just
the want to learn it. That's all you need.
That's true.
That's all you need is to be open to it,
Right.
right? I'm not gonna say like, oh, you can become a master carpenter, but you can learn how to build some shit,
Basic shit.
just some basic shit, and be like, okay, like I kind of enjoy doing this. Maybe it's something I want to explore, or fucking okay, well, I'm tired of fucking paying somebody to fucking change my oil. Let me look up how to do that. It's the easiest fucking thing in the world.
Yeah,
in
yeah,
most instances, brake jobs are for the most part very easy.
Changing your filters.
Yeah.
Dude, I was at the dealership. They're gonna charge me like $70 to change the cabin filter and the air
Yeah,
filter.
that's just.
I was like, nope. Went to go buy them myself.
fucking.
Like okay,
The cabin filter is $16.
Yeah.
No, it's even okay. It's $16. Like I looked at them because I it's funny because I'm at the point where I did my oil changes for a very long time,
Well, yeah.
and then now it's like I just got tired of it because it was like, well, fuck, like I'm wasting like part of my afternoon on my day off, and it's worth fucking $40-$50 for me to just go in somewhere. I don't even get out of my car. They change my oil. I drive out.
Plus disposal
Really?
of oil.
I still find it calming
That's
me doing that kind of stuff is calming to me.
It's therapy.
Yeah.
See, but like for brake jobs, I'll do all my own brake jobs. I do my wife's brake job. Like that to me, like I can like that like more involved work. Like I changed the wheel bearing on my car. Fucking like I literally took vacation like to do that. You know, because I knew it was gonna be one of those things that it wasn't gonna be as easy as fucking just, and it was a pain in the ass. Yeah. But I got it done, and I was like, well, worked on it for a couple of days, saved about $700.
Yeah.
And like bigger jobs like that, yeah, I'll do myself. I don't have a problem learning on the way in doing those.
Do you guys know if they still sell those books, like the instruction manuals for the cars? They still do.
Yeah, they come with them.
Yeah, the Haynes or Chilton.
Yeah,
but again, to Larry's point, why go spend the money on the book when you can go on YouTube?
Yeah,
and you can find out everything you want on how to do what you can.
I'm saying like back in the day, because we were talking about they didn't have YouTube back then.
Yeah, they just had the
books.
Well, back then
they had those books.
Yeah,
I used to just do it and learn from it.
Yeah,
I'm like, fuck, I shouldn't have pressed the brake when the
brake
wasn't there. I was like, fuck, that was a bitch to put back in.
That's a bitch.
Especially if it's a one-man job.
Oh, dude, I learned. I learned.
It's a little tough when
I was like, not to do that anymore.
Kind of need two.
But that was crazy.
Yeah, it's a pain. It's a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Dude, what
happened?
Why is that box still there?
Oh, bro, is that the same?
I know. I haven't took it home.
It's been like what, like a year now?
No, he told Arlene last week that he was gonna take it.
It was raining this week.
No excuses.
When was it raining this week?
On Monday or Tuesday.
Lies.
Then I forgot Wednesday.
It rained?
Yeah, you guys could put that down actually.
Yeah, you can put it down.
Damn. And yes, Debbie, a lunch with the youth group would be awesome.
Oh yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, sorry, but
I'm not following that. I tried to and I didn't see any in the comments.
That would be awesome.
Yeah,
it's been a while.
So she was our youth group leader.
Yeah,
back in the day.
It was.
Oh, awesome.
That was a good time
for church.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I mean. Yeah, going back to it, it's like, dude, we have the ability to be more productive. Like, I forget what I was listening to, but they're saying like, they brought up the example of like, some people bring up like, oh, what if you can go back to the Civil War and take modern weapons with you? And the dude was like, okay, that would be like, obviously you would change the entire history of the world, right?
Yeah.
But what if you could go back? What if you could go back 10 years with the phone that you have now? Like you would be more productive than Bill Gates.
They would say you're from the future, like you're like
you have like
you
so much
control the world.
Literally, you have all of humanity's knowledge at your fingertips.
But
you could do whatever you want with it.
You got to keep in mind though, if you go back 10 years, I'm sure you wouldn't be able to get the internet on your phone because don't you need like satellites or whatever systems to function?
Well, we had satellites 10 years ago.
No, big ass fucking satellites.
I mean, for like the cell phone towers and stuff.
Yeah, would they sell? I don't know. I think it would still work.
You think so?
Yeah, because you get a phone from 10 years, maybe it'll still work.
If I could go back 10 years, I'd put money in Samsung.
Yeah. Didn't they take a dip though when their whole battery thing
when they were exploding?
Yeah. Oh yeah, and
it's explosive, man.
Yeah, and now recently with their folding phones, just fucking just
all of a sudden
breaking.
I wonder why
they were taking the covers. So that cover on, they weren't supposed to take the cover off. And
well, no, they were still breaking even
with the covers.
Yeah, even with those on. Oh, so that's why they just pulled them. They pulled them from the reviews, and they're we're just gonna revisit this.
Yeah.
I don't know.
How about you don't fold your phone?
Yeah. Again,
like a flip phone.
Typical, like to me, like when I was hearing that, I was like, you know what? That's typical Samsung. Like in terms of like features, like yes, they have a lot of features. They do a lot of stuff, but it's not always done correctly. It's just one of those like, oh, we did it. Like there you go, we did it first.
But it doesn't work.
It's
a little slow, but
yeah, it's a little fucked up,
It's
but,
learning.
like the fingerprint reader.
Yeah,
like they were one of the first that had it. That definitely had it before the iPhone did.
Yeah,
but it sucked.
Yeah, it was hit or miss, right?
Yeah, it was terrible.
Oh, it wouldn't actually get.
Yeah, no, it didn't work.
Did you guys?
Works just fine.
Well, yeah, but that's now.
Now
it does because it's been refined. Like but like the first iteration of it was terrible.
Did you guys watch the Total Recall movie, the new one, the rebooted one?
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah,
I haven't.
Don't they have like a phone that like pops up on your
Yeah.
skin or something?
Yeah.
That'd be
Yeah.
pretty cool, right? Not on your skin, but like maybe your wrist, but like.
No. Yeah, it's like on the phone.
And you're like, hello.
But I can do that now.
hello.
But they have one. They have
There's
one
like
that's
a-
like a
You could talk on
hologram.
that one?
No,
Yeah.
I think that was fake. No, it's a hologram though. It's like a.
Yeah, it's like
That's been a concept. Like it was like a bracelet, basically.
It
Yeah,
wouldn't work on
yeah.
yours though. You're,
No.
you're a little too dark, dude.
Damn.
Yeah, that's why it hasn't come out.
Too DACA.
They don't have the technology.
Wait, it's light right here.
They don't have that technology to make it work on you.
They're gonna have to shave, sir. There's too much hair there.
Fuck, can you imagine?
Oh my gosh.
They have to do the Sammy Sosa.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sammy Sosa.
you turn fucking the Pepto Bismol color and shit.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck they did to that dude, but he
He took too much of whatever he was taking.
Yeah,
Fuck.
Too much chalk. He's pretty chalky.
I don't know. I
He's
was just
whiter
trying to
than
see what you
Casper
guys
over
were
there.
going on. I was trying to see
Yeah.
what's going
Oh
on.
hell no! What's up, dog? Oh, jeebus, man. So you were telling us earlier, man, about your whole your health thing, and you lost quite a bit of weight.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good thing. I'm trying to get back to the way you guys remember old Modoc.
Well, here's the thing, dude, and it's I recently had an uncle pass in his early 50s, because he, for whatever reason, he was just kind of hesitant about it, taking care of himself.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, early 50s, man.
It's young.
That's really young. I mean, these days, right? And it's one of those things that like. And I mean, we're dudes, right? And he was like the ultimate dude. Like he was a hardworking person. He never complained, but to a fault. Unfortunately, it's like he had issues that very clearly ended his life. And mine,
Just breakfast out.
Jeebus.
Oh gosh.
Sorry. That was my fault.
So
Anyways.
So it's one of those things. It's like, man, like we gotta. I mean, I know we're here for a good time and not a long time, but try to enjoy that good time as long as you can by taking care of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I'm glad that you are now. I mean, it's one of those things that it's discouraging because a lot of people when it comes to weight loss or other issues, they want to see instant results.
Yeah.
But you don't think of the fact that oh fuck, it took me a few years to get where I am.
Yeah.
It's not gonna come off all at once.
Yeah. A year ago, I was too fat.
Yeah.
Like even walking up the stairs, I was winded.
Yeah.
And I just couldn't. What broke me is last year I went with Julian. I took him to SeaWorld. And he was like, Dad, go on a ride with me. I was like, yeah, let's go. And I couldn't get on the rides.
Fuck.
You're
I
too
was-
big?
I was too fat to get on the rides.
Is that when you were like, oh shit?
And
They were like, we got a ride you can go on, and they took you to Shamu's pool.
it was a water ride. It was a water ride. It was the rapid
Oh, wow.
whatever it was.
Yeah. And it's funny because that was a story that went around for a while that they had to redo Small World in Disneyland because people are
no
too
way.
fat. Like the boat would bottom out, so they had to make it deeper.
Really?
Yeah,
No.
I didn't know that.
yeah.
Oh
That's
my
They
god.
closed it down for a while. They had to remodel it.
Now that completely changed me because seeing my son's face and him being disappointed, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I that's when I said to myself, I got to make a change.
Rocked your world, huh?
And then
Yeah.
I
No,
jumped
go
on
do
the
it.
keto, and then I've lost already over 55 pounds since
Nice.
in 1 year.
Nice.
So maybe in another year, I'll lose another 55 pounds,
Yeah.
and I'll be back to where I want to be.
You
Yeah.
start
I gotta go back to that, man. I was doing it for a while and I lost quite a bit of weight.
keto?
and it's-
Yeah, it works.
It
works.
does. It does. There's no doubt about it. It's just it's definitely something that you do have to be mindful of, though, because it is. I mean, it is a lifestyle change in essence.
Because it is going to take you a while to get there.
Oh yeah.
But-
And I was doing it for quite a while.
Yeah, mírala.
Oh shit!
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, man, take care of yourself, dude. If you need to fucking stick
Right.
around, I mean, you're a grandpa and shit now, so
Yeah,
He's
man,
been a grandpa.
That's right.
damn.
He's been a grandpa.
Yeah,
I know, but I'm a young grandpa. Okay, everybody, I'm a young grandpa.
well, yeah, I mean, you became a dad young too, so
Yeah, you did.
I mean, it's one of those things that
How old's your oldest?
Alex is 23.
fuck,
Damn.
Yeah,
yeah, this is crazy. I remember when he was a kid.
Remember?
Yeah,
I remember.
I remember.
I remember.
yeah.
Back in
We
the
used
day.
to tell your other son to tell his mom to.
To make him a sandwich.
Make him a sandwich.
That's funny.
We were talking about that. I told him, "Hey, have you ever walked up to your mom and told her, go to the kitchen, make me a sandwich?" He started laughing. He goes, "You guys used to give me so much trouble with that."
So we didn't get him in trouble. We just taught him that. He
Yeah.
wasn't doing it by himself.
It's your own free will.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
Yeah,
Awesome.
That's funny. Now he's at Cal State, huh? Cal State Fullerton.
Cal State Fullerton. Yep,
That's awesome, man.
Jimbo
my freaking genius.
playing music. That's awesome, dude.
Well, and then Julian, Monday, he's gonna go for an audition. For charter school in downtown Riverside. I guess they do arts and music.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, because he's into music too.
Nice.
Awesome.
Got a bunch of musicians, huh?
I know.
Yeah.
I could start a band.
There you go.
There you go.
Nowadays, you only need one or two. That's
Hey,
it.
I mean, as long as they got some musical talent. I've seen some, like, I've been watching just random shit on YouTube. I have more time because I'm away from Facebook. And ran across some pretty cool people making, like, really cool music. Like, some really, really talented people. Just, randomly making music. Oh, like, this is random instrument or whatever. And then they'll start playing it. And it's like, dude, like, how the fuck? Like, do you have that big of, that much of an understanding with music that you see an instrument that is not just like, oh, a guitar or something, but it's something completely unusual.
Like a
Yeah.
theremin.
Yeah,
The theremins are hard to play.
yeah, and you're like, oh, well, I'm just gonna try this, and then like they make music. It's crazy. It's really cool.
Have you guys heard of Mark Riblier or something like that?
No,
He's a dude. He has like a loop machine, right? And he'll play like certain instruments and he'll loop them or he'll
there's several people that do that. Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, I mean, not to a lesser extent,
Uh-huh.
but people that Beardy Man would be people would be more familiar with him, and he does like just like loops with beatboxing and just random sounds and stuff like that.
Yeah. So he was on Sway in the Morning, and he just makes these funky ass songs. Are pretty dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting to watch.
Yeah, it's incredible just watching people improvise music, like just out of nowhere. It's like, oh, we're gonna make some music today. And it's like, oh, take some random sounds and just turn it into something really cool.
Or even just like rap, it's like freestyle too. It's like right out the dome. There's this guy, Mac Lethal. He does like YouTube videos and stuff, but they challenged him to rap for what was it? A whole minute straight without taking a breath. But he's I'll just bump it up and do 90 seconds. So he tried to do 90 seconds, just rapping and stuff, and but he only got up to like 77 seconds. It's pretty dope.
Only.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
pretty
a long
crazy.
to him, he's like, damn, like he was upset he couldn't hit it, but 77 seconds.
That's crazy.
Just no breath, just
not even like rappers nowadays can do that.
Well, I mean, there's a dude, and he was in a Mitsubishi commercial, but I'd seen his videos from like way back when he would just go on Venice Beach, Harry Mack, and he just like now what he'll do is he'll get on live streams, and then he'll watch the comments, and like people will just comment random shit, and he'll work it into like just the entire thing is a freestyle, and just the entire time for like an hour.
cool.
He'll just be freestyling and like incorporating people's comments into whatever he's doing.
yeah.
It's pretty crazy.
That's talented.
Yeah, dude. It's insane. Like the dude's really good. So
Yeah, that's pretty dope, man. You used to rap, no?
Yeah, I did.
Christmas presents?
That's
so Debbie asked, why is it 3 dudes when I count 4? So it's usually 3, but we have guests on. from
Yeah,
time to
yeah.
time.
Once in a while we have
we
guests.
somebody here.
It's at least 3.
Yeah, for the most part.
Yeah.
3 of us.
It's usually 3.
But yeah, did we talk about the infinity bottle? We did, right?
Yeah.
But
Yes,
I don't
we
think we
did.
told Rocky about it though. You know what the infinity bottle is?
So the concept is basically, well, yeah, I don't think we ever
No.
No, you
explained it.
didn't.
Yeah, so the concept is it's a bottle, and it's just you take a bottle. It can be anything, any sort of container. You could use a fucking mason jar if you wanted to, and you add different whiskeys in there, and you make your own.
Okay.
So basically, there's no rules. There's no like, oh, you have to use this. No, people will sometimes they'll make different ones. They'll make ones just for Scotch, one's just for bourbon or whatever. We mix in whatever we like. So typically, what we do is if we like something, it goes in there. We'll pour typically 2 ounces of whatever it is we like. It goes in there. If we feel like it would, we've done this a couple of times where we've tried it because we've tried it at different stages, and it's changed. I mean, every time you add something, it changes.
Yeah, it's like,
Like,
different
Never the
profile.
same.
There's certain specific whiskeys, and we talked about it earlier about like adding a drop of water to a certain specific whiskey and it made it terrible.
Yeah.
There's some where like you add water to it and it just changes it completely, like for the better.
Yeah.
And in adding stuff like that in here, it'll have different effects. There was one time where we tried it and we're like, this could really use a little bit more smoke, so we added some Del Black Dorado, which we enjoy, and or we added there's certain things, so there's no rules. Again, you can just make whatever you want, and I've kept notes of like what we've added in there, but since we try it every so often, like it's impossible to recreate. Right.
Yeah.
So it would be hard to say because sometimes we'll pour a little bit, sometimes we'll pour out a lot. Like there's no real way to go back and like completely recreate. There was a couple stages where like it was like, man, I wish we could redo that because it's amazing.
Yeah.
But it's moved on from there, and right now I think it's pretty damn
I was
good.
gonna say this is pretty damn tasty.
Yeah, whatever it is now, but it'll change because we'll add something else to it, and
Give it different, totally different.
it'll change. Just a whole bottle. Like this was a lot more full, but you can change a whole bottle. You can either ruin it or make it for the better, or ruin it and try to correct it. So far we haven't gotten to the point where we've ruined it.
No,
Not
We
yet.
haven't gotten to the point where we're like, well, fuck, this is completely terrible. Now we got to try to change it. It hasn't gotten that bad.
Good.
It has gotten to the point where it's like, this is good, but if we added this, it would be even better.
Yeah, I
so
think we
we've
got
done
to
that.
the point where we
Yeah.
can kind of tell what's gonna improve it or not.
And I like it. Right now it's more, to me, this is more reminiscent of a Scotch. Like there's definite more on the smoky side towards the finish, but it's easy to drink. It's really good.
yeah, it's smooth. It's not too bad.
What was a smoky? Was the Delbach Distiller's Cut?
We've added that in there. Yeah,
Yeah,
we've done the Distiller's Cup. We've done Dorado.
there was another smoky one that we tried also.
The Nika was pretty smoky too.
Yeah, it was the
The what was it? I forget which one it was, but one of the Nikas is pretty smoky, so I think we added that in there for some smoke flavor.
Didn't you guys try the proper 12?
No,
Not yet.
we haven't
Not
tried
yet?
that.
It's
No.
up there. We don't have it.
No, we don't have
JK, we don't have it.
No,
But
I've kind of stayed away from it. At first, I wanted to, but then I couldn't find it. I just wanted to try it basically just because of the hype, because it would have been cool to have on. But like, I've seen a few people that are like, it's not that great. So,
ours is basically Jameson.
it's rather it. There's no way it's aged for very long.
No.
I don't know.
It's just marketing and the name behind it.
More than likely,
Yeah.
it's probably
He
it.
probably has another distillery that makes it for him.
Oh yeah. That's a lot of them do that.
Yeah.
There's plenty of bottles up there that are sourced from, they're sourced whiskey. They're sourced from MGP, and it's just a bulk distillery. Like, if we wanted to, we could.
If we had the money.
Yeah, if we had the money. Not if we wanted to. Yeah, it would be great.
yeah.
But if you have
Make our
enough
own
money, you can go to MGP, which is this mass distiller, and you can tell them, "Hey, look, this is what I want," and they'll mix it up for you with different. They'll blend it. You want straight, like you give them an idea of a mash bill and what you want. They'll say, "Okay, here's your few. You have to buy a minimum of like X amount of barrels, and off you go. You're your own whiskey brand.
Okay, well, let me ask you this question: since you guys have drinking so many already,
Uh-huh.
No, not
is
that
there a
many.
specific spice blend that you guys prefer?
Yes, all of them.
Yeah. So I like
It depends.
corn, rye, wheat,
Wheat, yeah.
and water,
That's it.
and
That's
age,
all of them.
Yeah.
and
aged.
aged in oak barrels.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't. It's hard to say, man, because even like
They'll
the
have-
same exact mash bill. So you'll even like if you really get nerdy with it, the same exact mash bill will go into a barrel, and depending on where it is in the rick house, it'll be completely different.
Yeah, depending on the location of
It's
work,
never
yeah.
the same.
Yeah,
It'll be different,
yeah.
even if it's the same ingredients.
Gotcha.
And that's why it's impressive. Like, and here's the thing: is like people will like, and I've done this before, right? Where you're like, oh, you think of Budweiser, and you're like, oh, it's just shitty beer, whatever. But the real art is in creating a really consistent product, right? Even if it's like, I mean, you're taking natural ingredients and you're mixing them in a certain way, and at the end of it, you have to try to create a consistent product, right? So, like Buffalo Trace, for instance. Or even any of your lower end, I guess, whiskeys, like they're trying to and that would be the interesting thing that I'd like to try is we have Buffalo Trace, we have 3 bottles of it.
Yeah, we do.
Obviously they've all been bottled at different times, they all come from
I
different
see.
barrels. It might be interesting to try all 3 of them and see how consistent
They are.
they are.
Mm-hmm.
And see if which one you like better, because the thing is like
It's different batches.
if you wanted to, you could go, and certain distillers will do this. Buffalo Trace is definitely one of them. You can go to your distributor and or the Buffalo Trace distributor in your area and say, hey, I want to do a barrel pick. So basically what you're doing is you're buying a barrel from the distillery, and you get to go to the distillery and pick your barrel. What they'll go through, and they all do it in different ways.
It's like wine tasting, but on steroids.
Right. Well, some of them will bring out a selection of like 4 barrels, and you get to try all 4 of them, and you decide which one you want. And you tell them, I want this one. You pay them their money, and then after a while, you'll get a pallet of bottles, and you'll even get the barrel. And it's a pretty cool thing, but you can do that, right? But again, it's interesting, and there's a lot of stores that do it. I'm looking at a bottle of Russell's Reserve, and that's a good one. That's actually a store pick.
Oh, the one that store pick, the Russell's was good.
that's
It was good, right? So that's like so they went and they said, look, we're gonna buy a barrel of this stuff, and they go out and they do it in different ways. Some of them will let you sample a few different ones. Some of them will bring out only like 3 or 4, and they do it different ways, but you can do that.
I think they put their insignia or your insignia.
Typically,
right?
they'll send you out like they'll have a way of indicating that it's like a barrel pick.
Right.
So I know Buffalo Trace does that. Buffalo Trace
Yeah.
will I've seen Buffalo Trace barrel store picks.
Right. Because I was looking at the 1792 right now, and it looks like it has one too.
Yeah, that has one.
No. Which I remember.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so
That's
but
awesome.
yeah, you can do that. In terms of, I mean, I don't know, man. It depends. It's like asking somebody who drinks wine, like, what's your favorite wine? I think it really just depends on the mood you're in.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Sometimes something will just taste right, and that's what you drink.
It's kind of an unfair question
I
because
mean, ask Eddie about that Pikesville. It just if it tasted right on that day.
That
Yeah.
day, exactly.
for a guy that doesn't like rye, I mean,
Yeah,
you like that one.
Yeah,
really.
that one pretty
that
hard.
one and the Dorado.
Yeah, that's been. But see, again, that's like you have to be in the mood for it. Like,
Mhm.
at least for me, like I really like it. I would really like it in certain
I don't know.
situations. There's other ones where I'd be like, I don't know. Some days I'd be like, I don't know if I want to drink that.
As far as daily whiskey, I'd probably go with McKenna as my daily.
I'll go with the Buffalo.
Wow.
Wow. I don't know what's going on over there.
They're giggling over there.
I know. Let's go,
I
girls.
don't know. I think in terms of an all around, like I'd pick the Nika coffee grain. That'd be a good all around. Like
If you can find it. But same thing with, Henry McKenna though.
Yeah, now
hard
it's
to
one of
find.
those. Like enough people sang the praises of it and won an award, and now it's hard to find.
You gotta take it back, Pikesville. I'll go Pikesville.
I'll get with Larry. Nico's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we've gone through quite a few bottles of that stuff.
That's just delicious.
It is. I think it's my whiskey. Like if I know somebody like has like if somebody invites me to the house as a guest and they're cooking dinner or whatever, and it's a nice gathering, like I grab a bottle of that and take it because it surprises people.
Just make sure they don't take shots, though.
Yeah,
or try to mix it.
No. Oh God.
No.
I mean, you try. If I don't. Luckily, nobody's tried to pour Coke in the same cup as that. I don't know. I think I'd take the bottle and I'd go home.
I am offended.
You are not deserving of this.
Yeah, obviously you don't appreciate it.
You are a heathen.
Yeah, dude, I couldn't imagine putting Coke in that and enjoying it that way. There's plenty of other stuff. You know, that's what Jack Daniels is for.
Yeah, that's what it's for.
That's true.
So more of those harsh whiskeys. That's what you want to mix the Coke with.
I mean,
Bottom shelf.
Yeah.
I mean, I you know what? Like, it's been a while since I've done whiskey and Coke because, like, I cut back. I stopped drinking soda like forever ago. So now it's like way too sweet for me.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. Maybe a Buffalo Trace and Coke wouldn't be so bad.
Think so?
I don't know. I don't think it'd be too bad.
Right,
I mean, it's still nice enough to where it's like
Be a good experiment.
Yeah, it probably wouldn't be bad.
Yeah, it has been a while.
I don't know if I'd put I don't know if I'd put Coke in the Henry McKenna, but it's around the same. You know, it's not that much more expensive, but I think by itself it's way more enjoyable.
That's true.
I don't know that I would be like, oh, this needs Coke. Like, no, it's good by itself.
All right, guys. Well, I think pretty good. I have nothing else to really talk about.
Yeah, no, we'll shoot the shit after.
I kind of want to see what these guys are giggling about.
Yeah,
so.
exactly.
Yeah, it's getting to the point where it's pretty distracting.
Yeah,
I know.
It is.
I want to go smack your brother because I haven't done it.
All right.
All right, guys, have a good week.
Peace.
All right, bye.
Thanks.
All right, late.